Now, as horrific as the action was, the sniper taking Charlie's life, what is also very telling are the reactions to Charlie's assassination. And brace yourselves, because I'm about to introduce you to some of the most vile humans on planet Earth. So I'm sure by now we've all heard the horrifying news about Charlie Kirk. Around 12 hours ago, he was shot and killed at one of his events in Utah by a sniper. I believe the sniper is still on the run. They haven't caught anyone. Please make sure that you pray for Charlie's family. Please make sure that you pray for Charlie's wife and kids. Now, I must say, this has really kind of shocked me to my core. I've enjoyed a lot of Charlie's content, and I remember seeing the close-up video of the shooting, and just horrific to watch. And I remember thinking, that looks really bad, and it was heartbreaking to see Charlie in that moment. To watch that happen to Charlie was really, really heartbreaking. Didn't sleep very well last night. Very sort of in shock and sad about it, and really angry about it as well. So I'm going to do my best to just control myself throughout this video, and we'll take it as we go. So not even a few days ago on Sunday, I shared 2 videos where people were protesting outside a Christian concert. I believe it was actually 2 separate concerts. And they were saying vile things about Jesus. And basically, my point in sharing those 2 videos was that I said, as we get closer and closer to things like the rapture and the tribulation, we are going to see an increase in clashing between Christians and the rest of the world. And at the end of that point in that video, I also said, expect for things to get worse. Expect for there to be more extreme levels of clashing. And I believe what's happened yesterday is part of that. It's an attack on good. It's an attack on Christianity. It's an attack on Christ. It's an attack on Jesus. It's an attack on people who love Jesus. That's what this is. This isn't about left or right. This isn't about LGBTQ plus versus people who are straight. This is about Christ versus Antichrist. This is about people who are part of Christ, who are in Christ, versus people who are part of the world and in this world. That's what this is. Now, as horrific as the action was, the sniper taking Charlie's life, what is also very telling are the reactions to Charlie's assassination. So brace yourselves, because I'm going to show you some reactions to the news about Charlie. And brace yourselves, because I'm about to introduce you to some of the most vile humans on planet Earth. And these are people who I believe reflect that anti-Christ spirit, reflect that anti-Christian spirit. These are people who believe that Christians and Christianity is the problem in the world, that we are holding them back from progress, that we're holding them back from humanity's next level, right? Stick around to the end, because I have some stuff to share from Amir Tsarfati, some stuff to talk about regarding the Rapture and Ezekiel 38, etc. I'm going to share a couple of posts from Amir on that. Also, stick around to the end, because I have a couple of stories of people who reacted to Charlie's death in just horrific ways. and have now been fired because of how they reacted and spoke about Charlie's assassination. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let's take a look at the first video. Okay, and our first post is from Libs of TikTok. TikToker justifies and celebrates Charlie Kirk's assassination. Quote, "What do you think we're going to do? He had it coming." End quote. Let's take a listen.
He was shot because we don't have food in our fridge. He was shot because our co-workers of color are being incarcerated and sent back to their country for no reason. He was shot because we don't have health care. We are so mad up to the point that we're actually starting to take pew-pews and take them to politicians. And honestly, I do not agree with gun violence at all. I feel like there's other ways that we can have a discussion without having to bring out the pew-pew. But we have tried. We've done peaceful protesting. We've
unbelievable.
Into the government. But no, these red-sided people don't care. So what do you think we're gonna do? The red-colored people are like, he was such a good person. Why did he get shot? If you've seen the video on Twitter, please listen to the last 10 seconds of what he said before he went. And if you, honestly, y'all, he had it coming. I'm so sorry. He was shot because we don't.
Absolute insanity. Insanity. I've said it before. One of the big signs for me that we are approaching the end is the human mind and the way the human mind is thinking. These people are losing their minds. They're actually losing their minds. For a lot of these people, God has given them over to their desires. He said to them, if that's what you want, fine. And this type of thinking is a byproduct of you living against God and against what God tells us in the Bible. And this is the byproduct of it, this insane thinking. Okay, next video. Leftist singer Jocelyn Alice celebrates Charlie's murder, giggles like a lunatic, and says she feels bad for the bullet. Let's take a listen.
Guys, I think we're missing the point here. Charlie Kirk, he wants to be pew-pew. That's why he fights so hard for G-laws to never change. This is his dream. This is poetic. I'm starting to think if he planned this because he loves pew-pew so much. My thoughts go out to that pew-pew having to look this mother in the face. My deepest condolences.
Sorry, let's listen to that laugh at the end.
My deepest condolences. Guys, I think we're missing the point here. Charlie Kirk.
Unbelievable. By the way, guys, there is quite a bit of swearing in some of these clips. So I'm going to, when I run through this during editing, I'm going to try and mute most of the stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff I actually can't even play because of how vile these people are. So I'm going to mute a lot of it as best as possible. If I miss anything, I'm sorry. Okay, next post. Hi, Pete Hegseth. Please look into this active duty military member laughing and celebrating Charlie getting assassinated.
I swear I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this. I swear I'm not happy about it.
How do you press record? Someone's just died. You press record on your phone and you giggle like a little girl at a father that's just been murdered. By the way, I believe Charlie's wife and children were at the event when he was shot in his neck. And somehow this man found it in himself to hit record on his phone and giggle like a little girl about a father who's just been shot in his neck and died. Unbelievable. Right, so this is a healthcare worker. Let's take a listen to this video.
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself shot because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society. So no one should give a that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words.
I think
Empathy is a new wave thing and is very problematic. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
All right, next clip.
So I'm going to be very clear about this so that you know exactly where I stand. And I will say this with my whole entire chest. There are some people on this app that are sitting there saying, oh, you shouldn't wish death upon any person, no matter what side they're on. F that. F that. Charlie Kirk was a Nazi. He was a Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one. Thank God that stain of a person is no longer in this world, and may his hell be being confronted by every single marginalized person that he hurt. That is what is wrong with you. That does not make me a bad person for thinking that bad people should not be in this world. So f that Nazi, and have a great day.
How insane do you have to be to come to that conclusion about Charlie Kirk, of all people? I mean, he's like the most reasonable person that you can at least sit and have a debate with. He is certainly not the most radical of people. So how you come to this conclusion about Charlie is just beyond me. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Okay, next clip.
Well, I just saw the video of Charlie Kirk getting his box boomed. I mean, boomed, like gone. I have no issue with it. You know, the clown always comes back to bite. But why do y'all keep aiming for the wrong? Aim higher. Aim higher. Well, I just saw the video of
So I don't know if you caught that or not. He's basically saying more. So he wants more of this, except at higher levels, essentially. Madness. This is probably one of the craziest ones. And then I've got another video from this guy's TikTok that is also just very telling. Okay, so let's just read this post. He saw an innocent father get killed, and it is the happiest day of his life. This is a demon.
They got him in the neck. Whip. Like a samurai film. Oh, good news. Good news, everyone. Good news.
Here's another video from this guy's TikTok.
They saying it's confirmed. Oh, man. Oh, good news today, everyone. Good news. New outpack in the air. This is gas or what? They need to still be alive right now if they ain't gas them up. They saying it's confirmed. Oh.
I mean, listen how he laughs. Listen how he laughs in the beginning.
They saying it's confirmed. They saying it's confirmed. Oh, man.
Like, yeah, I mean, just insane. By the way, this guy on his profile, I went and had a look at his TikTok profile. He's into witchcrafts, rituals, all of this funny stuff. So, yeah. So here's a post about someone who's actually been fired for the way they reacted to Charlie's death. This is what they said. Looks like old Charlie spoke his fate into existence. Hate begets hate. Zero sympathy. This is Laura. She's an assistant dean of students at Middle Tennessee State University. And breaking. Assistant dean of students at MTSU has been fired, effective immediately following vile comments celebrating Charlie's death. One of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. Now, when it comes to these people, who reflect this antichrist spirit, I would say self-control is the opposite. You see. Okay, next post. Matthew Dowd on MSNBC is suggesting that Charlie Kirk's hate speech was the reason he was shot. He's blaming Charlie for getting shot. Absolute vile and evil.
But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
But Matthew found out. MSNBC just fired Matthew Dowd over his comments on Charlie Kirk. Actions have consequences. Okay, I just wanted to read this out from Libs of TikTok. I'm noticing a pattern with all the people celebrating Charlie's death. They all have pronouns in their bios. Every single time. The pronoun people are evil, satanic, death cultists. Okay, and I wanted to share this video with you guys.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is the worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best. And I can respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting. Man, we're the worst, man. We're horrible.
And at the top, yeah, they actually say, come over to the right side, brother. I mean, my hope for this young man is that he looks at all of the people who he's surrounded by and he's like, no, there's something wrong with you guys. And that this young man actually does come to Christ somehow, some way. Because he's not completely lost, you see. And if you're one of these people and you're looking around and you're thinking, what on earth is going on? I'd really like to encourage you to please give the Bible a chance, give Jesus a fair chance. Test Christianity for yourself. If you're looking at the world right now and you're thinking, wow, something's up, please just give Jesus a fair chance. I thought this was another good one to share. I've never been a religious person because I don't know if God is real, but I'm becoming more religious every day because I know that evil is real and I want to be on the other side of it. This is very interesting because I'm seeing quite a few people feel this way. I even remember seeing an interview with Tommy Robinson and Visegrad 24 about 6 months to a year ago, where Tommy said a similar thing. It was along the lines of, I'm leaning more towards Christianity now because I'm seeing how evil the world is, basically referring to the stuff that's going on in the UK. So because of the evil that people are witnessing in the world, they're actually turning to Christ. Okay, and then finally, this post here, I believe, flows into what I'm about to share from Amit Tofati's Telegram channel. I'm not going to play the video for you, but basically what happened here was there was a gathering for Charlie. So obviously after everyone had heard the news about him passing, etc. This was in front of the Idaho State Capitol building in Boise last night. And essentially there was some clashing there between obviously Charlie Kirk supporters and people who felt otherwise, yelling things like F Charlie Kirk. And there was quite a bit of violence that broke out here in this clip. And I thought possibly this could be a preview of what's to come in America. So just kind of hold on to that thought while I share these posts from Amir's Telegram channel. So this post is from the 2nd of September, and it reads, based on all that I know, September is likely to bring what can best be described as a political tsunami. October will, in turn, mark the military one. Without intending to sound overly sensational, these 60 days will profoundly shape the world. I thought that was interesting. And the other post I wanted to share was this one. America is literally at a turning point. The battle between good and evil darkness and light, life and death has reached its peak. What America ultimately chooses will shape the nation and the free world for the rest of our lives here. Prophetically, we know that at some point prior to the Ezekiel war, America will step down from its superpower status and will no longer stand with or assist Israel. The question is that moment soon, or will Charlie Kirk's assassination buy some sanity and time? So the question here is, and obviously there's a lot of speculation about what could happen to America before the Ezekiel 38 war. And just from an outsider's perspective, I must admit that it really looks like something is boiling in America. And when I say that, I mean almost like kind of like civil war boiling, you know. But I suppose we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. And just finally on this September Rapture thing, I saw a video from Joshua yesterday. And if you've watched my previous videos, you should know what my position is on this whole September Rapture thing and setting dates, etc. But he's doubling down. He's basically saying now 14 days and the church is going. Now, I must admit, there's a lot going on. Over the last week or 2 weeks, there's been a lot going on. So I must admit that I am kind of like, geez, like there's a lot happening right now. You know, is this guy right? You know? But you guys know my position. If you watch my previous videos, I don't believe in setting dates, and you know, I've learned my lesson with that in the past. But I must admit, a lot has happened. And this thing with Charlie has really shocked me. I know a lot of people in America are very sad and very angry as well. Very angry. So I suppose we will see how all of this plays out. Guys, I hope I've covered everything. I'm very tired. I didn't sleep very well last night after finding out about this. It was about 12 at night for me. The stuff with Charlie really upset me, and I was just rolling around the whole night. So I hope I've covered everything. Please make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think about the video and everything that's happened and everything that could be coming. Let's chat in the comments. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. And please, again, pray for Charlie's family. Okay. Please pray for Charlie's wife and children. Okay. Thank you for watching, and God bless.